coming out of Cleveland, Tennessee, I give you the Normal Dudes Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
Today we have Tyler MF Wallace on.
Yes, sir.
He is finally put a fight together.
Yeah, bro.
Looked like he was
Coherent.
coherent during the whole thing. Didn't look like he had blacked out at all.
Yeah.
You know, we see a lot of fighters. We're seeing a lot of fights now, and gone to a lot of different locations.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude put a fight together.
Yeah.
He was paying attention to his corner.
Yeah, dude.
He was.
That's the biggest thing I noticed was the
bro. He was
teamwork
looking,
aspect of it.
He's looking for guidance and was calm and collective.
Mm-hmm.
So let's welcome Tyler.
Yes, sir.
His introduction during the fights is a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's a little better.
It's a little rowdy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to church it up or nothing, but it's a little better. It's a little more exciting.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Chad Finnerty, he does a good job,
Yeah, he
doesn't
does.
Boy.
That
Well,
guy, man.
I mean,
There ain't really nobody no better.
not much.
Not much.
I
And
mean,
then-
you think of Chad Finnerty, and then like, what's in between him and Bruce Buffett?
Not
It's
nobody.
not much. It's not much.
Yeah.
Well, and then too, when he's looking at you and he's going
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this,
Bro.
and he's introducing you.
I walked towards him in the last one. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I walked towards him and was saying my name with him, like, let's do it. Let's go.
He was going, Tyler, Wally, Wallace, and you were saying, you were screaming it too, but you couldn't hear you.
Yep. Normally I look at the crowd, right? And I'm like, I chant it with him and look at the crowd, but I couldn't that time. I don't know what it was. He just,
He draws
his
you in, bro.
engagement that time was,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got you.
yeah,
He got you.
It was your night, I felt like, on that one.
sure. I felt great.
So, tell us about that fight, bro. Like there was the biggest moment for me in your fight was when you threw that dude completely
Yeah.
threw him over your back.
Yeah, yeah.
Which time?
Yeah, it happened
first time.
twice.
The first time was most impressive because the second time he came down, he kind of had you in a chokehold.
Yeah.
And also, what was crazy to me is like he was trying to pick your ass up.
Yeah.
It would not work.
And it didn't work. Yeah, no, I'm staying on the ground. You getting lifted up, though,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
The first time that I slammed him right was, obviously I went for the takedown. I hit him with a combo. I hit him with a heavy body kick. It was super loud. If you watch it back, it's super loud. I catch him, and then immediately I walk forward like always. Like I told him before the fight, right? I don't know if y'all remember, there was a little bit of banter back and forth, a little bit of trash talk. He said that, he's coming and all this stuff. And this is the first time, this is my fifth fight. The first time an opponent had kind of come at me, tagged me in a Instagram and Facebook story. And so I was like, I told all my guys, I was like, yo, this is the one. This is it. So in the fight, right, I wanted to keep that same mentality. And I told him at the face-offs, I was like, tomorrow, keep that same energy. And bro, he did. He was with it. He was a super respectable guy. Andre Hitchcock, bro. Hey man, you're with it. I fuck with you. Like, I will watch your fights. If you fight on another promotion or A&F, I will be rooting for you. You're it, bro. Just there was a little bit of trash talk, right? And it kind of tapped into something that I hadn't really tapped into. And in the fight, he walked forward, he did his thing, and he spun. And I'd watched his fights before. I knew he was going to throw a lot of spinning stuff, a lot of spinning attacks, and he threw a heavy body kick, like I said. And then I went for a takedown, and it just come natural. Well, picked him up, put him on his back, and from there it was history, right? On top and ground and pound, and it just, I don't know, man. I feel like I was excited for this fight. I was ready for it. Like, he brought the heat, and I feel like I delivered.
Yeah,
So I can't remember what round it was in, but he kind of hurt you a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you backed away.
That was in the second round. So second round, I walked forward. That was when he threw the spinning attack for like the second or third time, and I timed it perfect, and I kicked his other leg and dropped him. And I patiently waited on him to get back up. Well, when he got back up, he knew. He was like, okay. So he threw a head kick. It landed. And then he threw a right hand, and it landed. And I turned away from him. And I shot away from it, right? Like not normal. That's not normal for me, but it was heavy. It busted my lip. The first time in a fight, 5 fights that I had walked away with any kind of damage, right?
Yeah.
Busted my lip all up. But yeah. He definitely
got
put it
you.
on me.
He hurt you right there.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering because you didn't go, oh my God, I'm hurt. You didn't slow down. You know what I'm saying? You just backed away, regained your composure. It looked like you put a fight together fully, bro. Like a full. That was a full fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a real full fight for me. You know, at an amateur level, it was pretty professional. You know what I'm saying?
So last time we talked about on the podcast, like putting it together, right? And you had looked at me. You looked me in the eyes. You said, "I feel like this time you're going to put it together."
Yep.
And man, I fought Lake that next fight, and I got that 20-second knockout. And he was like, "Okay, I didn't really get to showcase what me and my teammates and what Billy had really just emphasized on the camp and stuff like that." And I don't know. After that, you always walk away kind of like, "Hell yeah, I got it!" Right?
I know. Yeah.
Everybody gets a knockout. It's like, "Yeah, it's with it."
I win. Yeah.
Well, this time we go in and I show that I can grapple, I can wrestle, and it's 3 rounds. This is the first time I'd ever made it to the third round. 5 fights deep, and we went past the second round, and I feel like I put it together. I feel like I really calmed myself down, and I listened to my corner, and constantly I was either taking him to my corner or I was, looking at my corner.
Well, that was another thing is the moment that he's on your back, kind of, and you just reach back, grab a leg, run across the cage, and set him down in your corner, and you're like, okay, what do I do? You looked over there like this.
Yep.
And then followed the directions perfectly. And got out of everything that was going on, and you landed on top in the end. That's how you put a fight together.
Absolutely. And
it felt like you were staying so calm, bro.
Right. I give that props to my teammates, man. I give that props to my coaches. Like you said earlier, like there was a moment where you were cracked. Yeah, I got cracked in that, and I hands up, turned away from him, and I'm all for like going forward, drawing that line in the sand, like I always say. But in that moment, he cracked me, and I knew I needed to hold on, pull it together, put your hands down, gather yourself. When he took my back after cracking me, that was when I reached back, grabbed his right leg, and I walked him to my corner. He had he was under the chin.
Yep.
Full.
He
was ready to take my back and get rear naked. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
You see me look up right at Billy, Chat, Matson. They tell me right arm in, right arm in, right arm in. Take my right arm in. As soon as my right arm passes, I clear my head. I go mount. And
you take your right arm in. He's saying right arm in. Does you understand what exactly that meant?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You've
been told it a million times.
My right arm was up here, and they're telling me right arm in. And in the moment, right, like I would have never taken my right arm in just by my self will.
Yeah.
I got you.
Never would have. But I'm watching all 3 of them go right arm in, right arm in, and of course, I start pulling my right arm in, and I start feeling that little bit of alleviation.
Up.
Yeah, a little bit alleviated a little bit.
He's losing it right here.
Let's turn into that right arm. So
let's
turn
keep
into
on going.
it, and he realizes he no longer has it, so he tries to back out and escape, and I take my left leg over, and I'm in now.
And now you're basically back on top.
Absolutely.
It was that was impressive to me.
Yeah.
And it gets me fired up to think about it right now because in the end, that's what it takes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like staying calm.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking one time on a podcast, and I just watched it here recently, and I say every time I've ever been in a fight, I'm fighting like this because I black out. I don't know what's going on. This is how I fight. And like, if the other dude is staying calm, I'm dead. I'm picked apart.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on. And I feel like you were able to have your eyes open, bro, and stay calm through that whole fight. So I was pretty impressed with what you brought this time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
Especially considering the last time you just knocked a dude out in 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You knock a dude out in 20 seconds, you think you're going to do that every time. Or you might come out and think that you're going to do that every time. And you were able to, you in the first few rounds, you cracked him a couple of times, got some good landed some good punches on him or whatever, but you never freaked out, dude.
Well, and I love that you brought that up, right? Like coming off a 20-second knockout and then This fight was a grappling fest. I grappled him a lot. And the moment I touched him, the moment I grabbed his leg, the moment I went to pass his guard or scissor through his, whatever on the ground, and I knew right then that was where this fight was going to take place. He was super flashy. He was heavy-handed. Every time he touched me, I felt it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to showboat. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it or downgrade it at all. Like every time he touched me, I felt it. And so after that time I touched him, I was like, yeah, this is where this fight's going to be. And we talked about this earlier. Me and Logan talked, and trying to be an entertaining fighter and grapple is a tough task. Trying to win a fight, first of all, at all, is a tough task. In the octagon. Yeah. You win a fight, you do what it takes to win the fight. That's tough.
That's a lot.
But then also have that like in the back of your mind, like, I don't want to just hug his hips and land on, like, just hold him there. And so I was trying to actively go for submissions and actively pass his guard and take him down, like punch him while I'm on the ground and make it exciting, right? And then when we were on the feet, I was throwing combos. And, Billy has always Billy's a wrestler. Billy can grapple and strike on the ground, and he can make submissions happen. And even Billy himself has said that, grappling's not an exciting fight. We all know that, right? Like, I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm a fan of grappling. I'm a fan of UFC in general. And I can get into some of the Habibs or the Islams. Or,
because you understand it.
Right.
If you're just sitting here as a regular spectator, it's not
a spectator sport.
Yeah.
Grappling's not a spectator sport, but because I understand it, I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, he's holding the number 5 guy in the world on his back.
I know.
But
you don't realize how hard that is.
Yes.
Like, if you can just hold a dude down, like I'm holding him down against his will. A lot of people don't understand how hard that is to do.
For sure.
Especially a trained fighter. You're holding him down. Bro, it's not that easy.
No.
You think it is, but it's not, bro.
And I don't know. 2 of my MMA wins come from that, right? 2 of my MMA wins come from grapple heavy, touch him when I get a chance. And I don't know. I'll always sit in front of this camera and say, I will be the most electrifying guy that steps in that octagon every time. And I'll do what it takes to win. I'll try my best, right? Like that street fighter mentality that we all talk about. Like Logan Sharp. Logan Sharp is heavy on that street fighter mentality. He got center blocks in his hands every time he touches somebody. Puts them to sleep if he wants to. Let's do that. But if it's not working, right? Like, let's hold on. What are we going to do? We're going to grab his leg? Let's grab his leg. Then we put them center blocks on his chin. Yeah. If that's not working, then we turn him to his hips where he thinks he's going to escape. All of a sudden, you got 2 hooks in and you're taking his back. Like, I don't know. I love the aspect of, like, slowing it down now. Finally, 5 fights deep, right? We're starting to slow it down where I'm not swinging the haymakers or the overhooks or,
You can still swing those from time to time, but you gotta pick when you do it.
Pace it.
Find that open hole. So there was a dude that we had on, Torres Finney, only UFC fighter we've had on this podcast. Yeah. And he said the hardest thing for him to learn was when to feather it. Feather the gas and push the brakes, know when to go, know when to hold. And I feel like you did that a lot this fight. I mean, there was a time or two where you could have freaked out, dude, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. When he had you when he had you around your neck.
I wish we could show it.
Yeah, I
have Peyton's shot, the raw shot, not the pay-per-view shot or like a cell phone, but like her shot. Mm-hmm. And he takes me down and he's got my back and he's got his arm under my neck. And I literally, you see me, we land after I pick his leg up and I drag him to my corner.
Pick him up. You just peek up like this and look at.
I turn over and I look.
God, dude.
And they're all yelling, right arm in, right arm in. And I go, slip my right arm in. And immediately I feel that alleviate here. And I go, okay, turn there. And I turn into him and Billy's like, take him out. Left leg over. And I'm punching him in the head again. Yeah. Like, it just, I don't know, man. Like and I remember what you're talking about. He said, fight your fight. Like, go in, fight your fight. Yeah. Especially in the amateurs, right? Like, yeah. To be able to adjust on the fly, like coming off a 20-second knockout. Absolutely. You said earlier, can you do it again? Like, do you want to do it again? Or yes. Absolutely, I wanted to walk in there and fold him in 18 seconds. Yeah. Like, I wanted the top 20.
You're like, I'm trying to beat that record. Yeah.
Absolutely.
20 seconds, I'm doing it in 16 this time, bitch.
His ass cheeks to touch the canvas in 18. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
I know.
Wasn't there.
Didn't happen.
What do we do next? Like, but these guys, Madsen, Connor, Logan, like, Billy, Riley, when they come in, bro, like, dude, James, they put work on me. They put me in bad positions, and they get me when I'm tired, and they make me work. And I can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done, like, to this point. And I give it up to you guys to push me the way that they do. Like, I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to y'all as well.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. You got to attribute it to something, right?
For sure.
And you've grown for sure as a fighter, from your first fight to now.
Yeah.
It's a different, bro. Yeah. It's a different.
It was a bar fight in the first one, and then I wrestled in my second one, and then I lost my third one, and I got a knockout in the fourth, and then this one we went in and we did what it takes to win, right?
Yeah, It was impressive, bro. And there was a time right there, I thought you was gonna end up like Logan. I was fixing to get sad, bro. I was fixing to feel. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought, bro, this dude, come on, bro. And then it was when he had you around the neck, and you just picked him up and ran to your corner.
Yeah,
well, I was like,
awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
that amped me up. Like most people probably got amped up more over the throw over your shoulder when you threw, dude. But I was like, he just ran across the cage with this dude.
I'll tell you guys. So it was so loud. It was so loud.
That's that strong lower body.
I could not hear. I couldn't hear. And I knew. So earlier before that in the first round when I was on top, there was some ground and pound. I was actively trying to pass the guard, trying to find either a TKO finish on the ground and pound or trying to find some submission, right? I was facing his corner. And I don't know, you can go back and watch the fight. I pick him up just slightly off the ground, and I twist him to where his head is towards my corner and my face is this way towards my corner. And I'm looking. Immediately I find Madison. Immediately I find Billy and chat. And they're telling me, like, post to my left, punch to my right. And I'm doing the thing. Well, then the slam comes. And then we go into the second round. And it's so loud. They're chanting Wally the entirety of the fight. Like
screaming.
I can't hear. Like his corner's yelling things because I pressed him, right? Like I always do. Like I walk forward and I put the heat on him, pressed him, and then we end up in his corner, and I can hear his corner coaching him, and I'm like, what do I do to that? Yeah. So he goes to take my
I'm going to
bag.
get him out of his corner.
Absolutely. Reach back, grab his leg.
I'm going to go get my coaching, bro, because he
sprint to my corner, and I'm looking at him like, hey, all right, that's y'all's turn. Like, I heard his guys.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do. And then they walk
I
me
know
through
his
it, right?
plan, bro. Can you tell me what my plan should be now?
Yeah. And then everything they're telling me, right? Like, every time they tell me some kind of command or some kind of like, hey, we work, and it clicks, right? Like, we got these, like, sometimes we got these, like, inside frame. Like, inside frame means 100 things.
It could mean anything.
To you, if you trained with so-and-so over
I
here.
think you're building like a house and you're just framing the interior walls.
Yeah.
Well, inside frame to us is use your forehead and their chin or use your left forearm on their chin. Like whatever works. Like get that inside frame and then start to work. And so they're telling me inside frame. And if you watch the fight, like the entirety of the time, I'm trying to inside frame. I'm trying to post. And there were some times that like I definitely got to get a little more aggressive. Like definitely had the forearm on the arm and wasn't really.
Yeah, more aggressive.
Wasn't really pushing. Down on his chin like I needed to. And, you know, but it worked. It happened.
I don't think more aggressive was the right word.
Nah, probably not.
We could have used a million other adjectives there. More aggressive is probably not what Tyler Wally Wallace should be.
It's all thanks to Wally's Army. They hyped me up, bro.
I'm sure. God, I can't even
There's
imagine.
nothing like it, dog.
Dude, I've never felt it.
There's
I
nothing
can't
like it.
even. I've never heard anybody yell my name like that, bro.
Dude.
So I would be in there fighting like Logan real quick, bro.
For sure.
You ever play video games? Like you ever play UFC video games?
Instantly, bro.
I just close my eyes and be punching, bro.
You ever play UFC video games? And it takes like 20 fights before they're chanting like whoever like. Yeah, like bro,
Wally.
I walk out there, man.
Wally.
Dude, they hit it, bro, like off the rip. They hit it before I turned my back to the walkout.
Yeah.
And then I get in there, I do my thing, and then like as Chad Finnerty is announcing my name. They're hitting it again. And then it's like in between rounds, I'm trying to listen to Billy and I'm hearing my name. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is with that? Like, get that shit. Like, it was
Billy,
crazy.
I can't hear you.
So some of the shit talk was that he was Andre 10K Hitchcock. And I was like, yeah, 10K, that's what I make the promotion and ticket sales. Bring earplugs. It's going to get loud. And so like while they're chanting my name, I'm doing the whole like Hulk Hogan like, and I look at him and he looks at me, he goes, and he knew right then what I was talking about. It hit him in that moment that when I said that, bro, I was being real. And even some of the people that were chanting weren't for me. They were for Logan or Connor or whatever. But
they don't even know you. They just get
power, bro. Yeah, it was dope, man. Like it was surreal. And I feel like I say this every fight. Like every time we fight, it's like the Terrence
Wally's
fight.
Army. You're always talking about Wally's Army.
Wally's Army, man. They show up, and I do my damnedest to show out every time.
Well, I mean, so far you haven't let us down. I don't think.
Nah.
It's been a show every time. I was kind of trying to hit on Logan when his podcast, but trying to pick him up a little bit, kind of. Because I think he's a cute guy. I don't know.
Sure the fuck is. Motherfucking Logan Timberlake and the fucking. He's gangster, but he's Timberlake as fuck.
That's gonna be fun to edit.
Bro, that's great.
Yeah.
Logan Timberlake.
Shout out my boy.
Shout out Logan Timberlake.
Oh shit.
You're the real one. That's funny.
I don't know if he's salty with me or if he's straight with it. I don't know.
Can I chime in for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I looked up to him.
Thank you for making full circle with me. That was one word. Motherfucker had natural auto tune for no reason. Like,
Yeah. He's good, bro.
look at him.
That's
Shit,
great, bro.
boy.
Logan Timberlake. I mean, he's that good looking, though.
Oh, for sure.
He's probably the best looking dude in MMA fighting, right? Wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
All of it.
Yeah, 100%.
He's 6-0 with looks. Like,
Yeah, 100%, dude. You got looks and body and all that, bro. I don't know.
I say 6-0. He did 3 matches. He's twice as good looking as everybody else he's fought. That's why I said that.
He's a good looking dude, son. Hey,
Oh shit.
but that's funny, bro. Logan Timberlake. Golly, I can't breathe.
I know it.
That was funny.
That wore me out, son. I was laughing inside though.
Motherfucker got that silent laugh.
He just
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Bro. Oh shit. Don't you puff that motherfucking laugh now. You cough. Chill out.
oh god, dude, that's how he laughs though. That's it. It's like
That's fucked up, dude.
so. There's a million times on this podcast where I've like, bro, you have to laugh louder because I laugh so loud.
Yeah.
I sound like an idiot on this thing, bro.
Yeah,
I've told him, I'm like, you're gonna have to boisterous up, son,
You gotta be
bro.
a backup laugher, bro.
Yeah,
Like you gotta
dude.
get in there and fucking
You
get
gotta
it,
come to my
dog.
level, son. We're gonna have to turn his mic up or something, dude.
It is what it is, huh?
Stop smoking that weed.
Yeah. That'll probably help, honestly.
Anyway, we were talking about something, fighting or something.
Yeah.
What was it?
Somewhere along the lines of
Somewhere.
spandex and fucking gloves. One of the two.
You're the only one that wears spandex, ain't
That's
you?
it.
Yeah. Shorty shorts.
Matson wears spandex.
Every day.
Every day.
Matson fights in spandex. He's got the American Killer Bees spandex.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I fuck with that like micro co-crop. Like he's a kickboxer. He come in and like does his MMA thing in spandex and
But we're talking about, this is amateur, bro.
bro, I fuck with it.
I know, I like
I
it.
get in there fucking my hips. Hey, my thighs is where my weight's at. I got to show them motherfuckers because I wore shorts. I wore shorts one time. I lost. I looked small as fuck,
Yeah.
but it was in my ass and hips,
Well, I mean, the dude you were fighting this time, dude.
bro.
It's thick.
Golly, dude.
Yeah,
thick.
calisthenics and just yoked for no reason.
I
Like,
know, he's
just big as
jacked.
fuck. I grabbed
Yeah.
hold of him. I said,
He's
I'm a-
thick. He's thick.
yeah.
That boy thick.
"Oh, just strong for no. Eat cornbread for fun." You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
He couldn't pick you up, so.
No.
Dude was strong, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he
it's
had that
those,
yoke.
those legs, bro, that got you through, son.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's what got you through.
Thighs and ass. I ain't got a whole lot of ass. I got thighs though.
You know about Logan's good look and your thick ass.
I think that's why we were late, dog.
Thick, son.
I think that's why
Damn.
we were late, bro. I need your chin in my ass. That is Captain America. That is Captain America. Your chin in my ass.
Oh fuck. So the mindset in this fight was completely fucking different. Felt like
Man, it
to
was
me.
just like so. Billy and Chet had run us through everything: striking, grappling. We had done a jiu-jitsu tournament in January, and just being comfortable on the ground and that kind of thing, right? So, honestly, wherever I found success in this fight was where I was going to take it. If I landed some big strikes, if I landed some takedowns, that's where we were going to run it. And right off the rip, kicked him with that body shot. He kind of huddled down right. He buried himself into that cage, and I said, okay, here we go. I'm going to press him against the cage. And when I grabbed his leg, and it was weird, right? Because he tried to like awkwardly come out of the single leg. Like he kicked off the cage. And when he kicked off the cage, I just put him on his back, and I said, okay, I'm comfortable here. Went straight in. I dove in chest to chest, tried to close that pressure. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not the best grappler. I'm not the best striker, but in that moment, I said, okay, this is where the fight's going to be. And it was successful.
Yeah.
All 3 rounds, 30-27. Buried my chest into his and hits
And
in. And,
the other thing is that you went 3 rounds, bro.
man, that's crazy to think about. It took 5 fights. 5 fights to go 3 rounds. And I've either been finished in the first round or finished in the first round. And then there was one fight I finished my opponent in the second round. So,
But going 3 rounds changes your mindset about the whole thing,
100%.
too.
The confidence it builds. Like
Yeah.
knowing that, like, so right now we're chilling, right? But get back into camp, get going. Like, I can go 3 rounds. I know what 3 rounds feels like. I know what the adrenaline, the crowd behind me, the fatigue, just the mindset. And I'm gonna be honest with you, getting up in that 3rd round, I was a little gassed. I was gassed out.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if he was
would be.
playing poker face, but I looked at him and he was game. He was ready to go. So
He was.
Billy looked at me in between rounds and Billy said, the only way you lose this fight is if you fuck up. You let him, knock you out. It's over. So I'm
That's
looking
what
at
he's telling
Billy,
you, like,
eyes are wide,
Yeah.
and turn around and I see him chilling like, a cucumber. And I just grin. I said, all right, here we go. Like, let's do it. And kind of hype the crowd up a little bit. Like I'm trying to make it entertaining. I'm grappling to this point, and like we talked about earlier, spectator sport, grappling, that kind of thing. But try to hype the crowd up and try to get into it. We touch gloves, and immediately he throws a 1-2, and I go for a single leg. Boom, just naturally. Like, I knew that's where the fight was going to be. I knew that's where I was going to win and where I was going to be successful. He fought that one the best, I'll say. If you watch the 3rd round, he hipped in, run his legs back,
sprawled pretty
sprawled,
good.
yeah. And I chased it. He turns to all 4s because he knows that's where he can build the best base at. He builds that base, and that's when I hit that, lock my hands, Hit him
We're
with a
going back.
suplex, belly to back, put him on his back, and crowd goes crazy, right? And I'm kind of grinning. You know, in that moment, he says something like, you know, I need to go to Dagestan to learn how to wrestle. And I said, what?
Is that what he said?
In the fight, we're talking to each other. I said, what? He says, I need to go to Dagestan. I got to learn how to wrestle. What the fuck? And I giggle, and he giggles, and, you know, I ride him out for the rest
You're
of the
like,
round.
this is Geico.
Absolutely.
This ain't wrestling, brother. You need to go do some Geico.
He's a man. I'll tell you though, he's a cool dude, bro. He had me on Instagram. We talked before the face-offs. I told him, I said, look, man, you know, let's just sell these tickets. Let's get some asses in some seats. He said, I love the energy. He liked all the banner back and forth, and I loved it. Super, super excited immediately. As soon as he talked some trash, I looked at my teammates, and they all knew about it. And they knew I was game. I knew he was game, and it just it played out better than I could have imagined.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting him on here to see what he felt through that whole fight. But, you know, we get a lot of no's.
He's a cool dude. I'm sure he would be with it. He's a cool dude.
I think the more we do, the more people will get on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more gyms will get involved.
Yeah.
Somebody says,
Especially when we were involved, like this context, right? Like we're talking about him. Like if I DM you right now, Andre, and I say, hey man,
hey, I just talked about you on a podcast, bro.
come on
You
out,
wanna
bro. They
do
would
this
love to see you on.
Yeah.
Come on. He would be on.
Yeah. So I think that's what it takes, and honestly, I think that's what it takes to build the whole thing up, right? Mm-hmm. There's people that we brought to the fights this time that's never seen it before. Yeah. There's people that was there at the last ones that had never seen it before. So it's kind of cool from our aspect. I mean, like what we're doing here. There's people that we're bringing out. We know, that have never seen it before. My sister and my brother-in-law have never seen they've never watched a UFC fight.
yeah.
They've never watched a UFC fight.
Yeah.
They've never watched an MMA fight, and they were there at this one.
That's cool.
They didn't stay for the whole thing. Granted, but they were there.
Yeah.
So they got to see one,
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I want to say like A&F, like what an event. Like,
Bro.
just reaching out to that
Straight up.
vendors and food trucks and beer trucks.
It's
and
so hard to get that all put
outside.
together,
Yes.
bro. I can't even imagine the amount of dedication that it took to get that put together.
Yep.
I try to tell everybody, like, this is amazing, good job. But, like, it's, those words are not even enough.
Nah.
Really.
Dude, I watch all the time. I watch, past fights, potential fights with some of my teammates. Like my teammates may fight this guy, or I may fight this guy, or whatever. And honestly, like I sit in awe sometimes, and I say, dude, this is crazy. Like you get to read this character of this person and who they're like, what they're about, what they're going to do, like who they are, and then watch them fight.
Yeah.
And you see sometimes like some guys like deliver on what they say, like, hey, I'm going to go be a killer. Like they come out and they bring that heat.
Yep.
And you got some guys that are like, I got ice in my veins, and they're calm and they're collected and they bring it to you and they do their thing, right?
Yep.
And like, well, A&F, I've been NFC, Elevate. Like Elevate is a hell of a show. It's top tier.
Elevate is.
Yeah.
Yep. AFC, like back in the day when the Alabama Fighting Championship was a thing. Like some of those promotions are top tier, but I got like a gold spot in my heart for A&F and the way that Billy and Jennifer and Mark like put on these shows, and Peyton with her production and things like that. Like it's the pinnacle. It's the top tier.
I agree. And so we went to Elevate. Me and Trey went to Elevate, and honestly, the fights were matched great. Warren did a great job with that. He puts on as good a promotion. The only thing I would tell him is like the pre-fight interviews matter.
Yep.
Getting to know who you're looking at a little bit. It
Like,
makes it a
I
little bit
didn't
more
know-
interesting for people.
There was 80% of the fighters that I didn't know going in there.
Yeah.
The pre-fight interviews matter, dude. It's huge. I think it's bigger than people realize, and A&F realized that and doing it, bro. Like the first fight I ever went to, the only person I know was TJ.
Yep.
That's the only dude I knew. I didn't know you. I didn't know Logan. I didn't know anybody in that fight that night. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody's names now. But I really didn't know anybody that night.
Yeah.
And watching, you watch those, you get to know who they are a little bit, and you're like, I'm pulling for that dude.
Yep.
I'm pulling for him. I think he's gonna win it.
Yeah.
And then most of the time, I picked him right. You know what I'm saying? Ashley's really good at it. Just from the pre-fight interview, she's really good at it, bro. Like if there was a betting app, we could make some money off that stuff if we just followed what she was saying, bro.
It's cool, man. It takes a whole new aspect to everything. Like even the UFC, we don't really quite get that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
You got some up and comers that maybe they made a big hit on the independent scene, and now they're in the UFC and they're a killer.
Yeah, you like to watch them fight for some reason.
You just
or
see their
another.
record, right?
But you don't never get to know them as a human.
You don't know them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like on the Ultimate Fighter, like they get a good chance to kind of
talk
brand
in front
those
of
guys.
Yes.
And then like elevate, like me and Warren talked a little bit. So like a lot of times there are guys that like Georgia. So like Georgia, your first 3 fights, you got to wear either shin guards or headgear or both. Like you have to. There's no question.
You don't get to pick it.
Yeah, even if you don't want to and your opponent does or doesn't or whatever it is. But like Tennessee, like my kickboxing debut, I looked at my opponent and I said, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And he said, "Well, shin guards is straight." I'm like, "You trying to go with nothing? Like no headgear, no shin guards?" He was like, "I'm ready to raw dog it." bet we'll go in there with just gloves and hand wraps. Let's do it. And so we did. And then, but Georgia, right? Like no matter what, first 3. You got to wear shin guards, got to wear headgear.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Yeah, we did notice it.
And me and Warren talked at A&F 11 or Rhythm and Rhyme. We talked, and he was like, "Yeah, you got your 3 out of the way, like Rhythm and Bruise,
Rhythm and Rhyme.
Yeah, Rhythm and Rhyme.
Rhythm.
We
and
talked
rhyme.
to Rhythm and Bruise, and that was what it was. And so he was like, now you're ready to come to Elevate and fight without headgear, shin guards. I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So. We got April, we got June, and then after June, who knows what happens? Like we talked about, getting some fights in between now and December, and Billy wants to push me to go to pro in December.
Golly, dude.
So it's all about that experience right now.
Yeah,
I'm so nervous. But honestly, dude, a lot of stuff that you did in this last fight,
It was a big step.
you got this whole year, and a lot of stuff that you did in this last fight, it makes sense.
It's March. I'm 29 years old. That window, like we talk about it all the time, that window is closing. Learning, I'm trying to take in everything they're telling me, whether it's kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, like whatever it is, I'm sponging it, pulling it in. And it's where my heart's at. I think about it every day. I wake up, I go to sleep thinking about it.
God, dude.
It just, I don't know. Like even right now, like I want to get up and shadow box right now. Like it's what it is.
Yeah,
I want to do this shit forever.
You do want to shadow box right now, bro. I can tell. I love it.
Get the honey badger in here.
Yeah, Chris Bond. The you know who you talking about?
I love it.
I love it, man.
You guys fire me up.
yeah.
Y'all fired me up. I
For
appreciate
real?
that. Hell yeah. I love sitting down in front of this camera and talking to the normal dudes.
I can't believe we fire you up.
Dude,
bro.
y'all fired
No
me the
way.
fuck up, like
Look at
all
Trey.
the way up.
These lights are bright, boy.
They are
I love it, man.
fuck, dude.
I know we're fixing to go get something to eat. We're fixing to drink a couple beers,
Yeah.
take a couple shots, drink some
Yeah.
food, or eat some food. Shit, I'm fucked up.
We're going to eat some beers and drink some food, bro. We're going to do it all out here.
All of it.
Yeah, dude.
I can't say nobody's name right, but I got that whole saying
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Golly, I'm an idiot.
Listen, y'all asked me a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Like A&F and just the promotion, and then like you got Logan, you got Connor, Matson, Riley, Bailey, you got James, you got all these guys, Bubba, Billy making his boxing debut
yeah.
April 5th. What
I love
y'all
that.
fuck with this? Like,
Oh yeah.
what's up?
Bro, so straight up, it's the most exciting night of my life.
Yeah.
Fight night is the most exciting night of my life, dude.
Absolutely.
I get so amped up about fight night that y'all wouldn't even, you really wouldn't think, bro. I get so amped up about it, dude. Like, you can go back and watch podcast about us talking about it like I'm telling him, like he had never been before, and we're on podcast, and I'm like, bro, you have to see this stuff. You have to. What? No. Mm-hmm. I was telling him about it, bro, and I love it, dude.
I'm with it. I wanted to plug Billy Swanson's boxing debut.
Hell yeah.
Just April 5th, Strike Fest.
I already knew when it was, bro. You could have just asked me. You didn't have to pull it up.
Well, I knew when it was, and I knew that it was Strike Fest, but where's it at?
Johnson
It's
City.
in Johnson City.
Johnson City. Hey.
Tennessee.
Johnson City, April 5th. Watch Big Sexy fold this dude with a right hand, left hand, uppercut, overhand, whatever he decides to do.
We really need to get Billy on here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Dude, because this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Honestly, this dude has done MMA,
PFL, Bellator.
Yeah.
but it's been some sort of MMA type where you can kick, wrestle, whatever, take somebody down, whatever you want to do to straight. This just you're gonna catch these hands.
He's putting his strength in his pocket. And he's going in here.
I don't know how tall that guy is he's facing, but in the picture,
if he puts his strength into it.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, their weight class, the way that guy looks in that picture, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
He's got to be 6'7", bro. If he weighs the same as Billy, dude.
Billy walks in, gets inside, puts that overhand with a left uppercut.
Getting inside with fucking Billy. That's
puts
crazy.
him on his
I can't
motherfucking
even
ass.
think about that,
Bro.
Get inside, Billy. God dang.
I'll try. Look, he hits him with a left uppercut and a right overhand and folds his ass like right there in front of everybody.
So I feel like I've been hit before, okay? I've been in fights. Not many, but I've been in fights. And I've never been hit by somebody that big. Mm-mm. Never. In my whole life, never been hit by somebody that big. That big. That knows how to throw a punch.
Yeah.
That knows how to throw a punch? Yeah. Never. That big. What do you think that's going to do to a man?
It's crumbling. When Billy genuinely walks into this guy and puts combos that this guy wasn't prepared for, touches his chin, touches his fucking temple, touches his ear.
You think this dude ain't even ready for it?
I don't think
He's
so.
like, this is his first fight.
Billy's woke.
Oh, this is his first boxing match? I'm going to piece him up.
Billy's woke up.
Yeah.
Billy's coming off that kickboxing bout at Elevate.
Yeah.
Ready.
I can't wait.
Ready.
Dude. I can't wait.
Heavy-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Forward foot.
So Brittany is asking, after the first round, Tyler said, Billy, come here. I need to talk to you. And she was wanting to know what is going through Tyler's mind at that moment, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like we talked about, you talked about in Logan's, like calming down, bringing that, that aggression, bringing that adrenaline all down to one. That first round was rowdy, right? Like, tried to take my back. I stood up with him, slammed him, dropped my legs off from under me, did that Michael Chandler slam. And, I wanted to pull myself together. And I knew that if anybody on the premises could say, hey, motherfucker, chill out, it was Billy Swanson. Pulled him in. He looked at me. He said, hey, motherfucker, your grappling's there. You're landing good strikes. Do your thing. We walk out in the second round, and after Billy tells me, calm down, relax, breathe, pull yourself together, we walk out. He goes to throw that spinning kick, and I land that kick. It in the moment, to answer your question, in the moment, it was essentially looking for his experience. And because I come out rowdy as fuck every time. Every time I come out, it's just
can't help
balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Can't help
foot on the gas. Like, can't help it. The crowd now, 5 fights deep helps. In the beginning, it was like, oh shit,
I'm gonna kill somebody in
like
here
we're really
today.
doing this. Like,
Yeah.
they're chanting my name. Like, it's time to throw overhands and hooks and take him down and just start beating
I'm
his
going to
ass.
knock
But-
somebody out.
Right.
Yeah.
If 5 fights deep, it's like, okay, let me breathe. And Billy's been here. Billy had, 11, 12 amateur fights. He's got like 7 or 8, pro
Professional.
fights. So to look at him and have him in my corner and ask him like, hey, what do I need to do? And him look at me and say, breathe. First of all, chill the fuck out. Grab yourself. You got a minute. You got 1 minute. And what's crazy, and most fighters and amateurs, pros, whatever, can tell you that 1 minute in a fight, like fist ball, throwing a punch, feels like 3 years.
Golly.
But that 1 minute in between rounds feels like 2
10
seconds. Yeah, it's so fast.
It's a blink of an eye.
Blink, and you're ready to stand back up and fight again. It's the craziest shit in the world. Looking at him and having him in my corner, man, is just like, it's something that most fighters that I'll face, especially in the next, 10, 15 fights, will just not have. He's got that experience. He's got, first of all, that motivation, like the way he talks to me, the way he looks at me. Me and Billy have a relationship that he understands that he's got to get in my ass to get me right. Tell me what I need to hear.
It's weird because most of the fighters from Billy's gym say, I need somebody to freaking get in my tail.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's that dude that will get in your tail, yeah.
He'll get in my tail. He'll tell me what I need to hear in that moment. I have two options. It's either gather myself and listen to what he's saying, or fuck that. Like, I'm going to go street fight.
I'm going to go do it.
For sure. Like, you have to make that, in that moment, you have to make that decision. Like, what did he just say? And you can, right? Like, you can go out and do your thing. Like, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. But if you guys watch my fight, I take that guy to my corner every time that I get a chance. I listen to him, chat, Madsen were in my corner. I listened, and it worked.
100%.
So, to answer you though, like, it genuinely
You're just looking for some experience.
Hearing him say this, whatever this is, apply it. If it don't work, then for the next 30 seconds, I do my own thing. I look again. All right, now what? Apply it. If it don't work, next 30 seconds, I do my own thing. Now what? Then it works. Then we're in this back and forth. So I've definitely got some things to work on.
Yeah, I mean, you're still an amateur. You've got some things to work on, but I feel like you put a lot more together than in this fight. You put a lot more together than what I've seen in the past from you. I mean, granted, a 20-second knockout is amazing. It feels great. It made me get out of my seat and run hard. Like, my tail was on fire.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, but it don't really show a fight,
They don't show the
I'll tell you
progression.
from my perspective, right? So a 20-second knockout, I don't learn much from it.
Nah.
I go in there and I put hands on the guy and he goes to sleep, and it's like, holy shit, I worked hard for this. I cut the weight. I did my thing, and it happened. Then you go into like a 3-round war where it's I'm constantly have to keep him on his back. I'm constantly have to I put hands on him. Like, I hit him with some shot. And I'll tell you, you watch these videos of these fights and they don't look like a lot. I was hitting him with some heat.
Yeah.
And he took it. And you don't learn as much from that 20-second knockout as you. I'll tell y'all, my favorite fight was absolutely this last fight. Like 3 rounds. I didn't get the finish I wanted. But I showed out the entire time that when it come to striking, I stood in front of him. I put my hands up and I said, let's get it. And I bit down on my mouthpiece and I did my thing. When it reverted to, okay, he threw that spinning kick and then he hit me in the head. Like, I turned from him, but immediately I went to what I knew. And like, it was my favorite fight. The crowd, the environment, the engagement from every one of Wally's armies. It was crazy. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I loved every second of it.
I did too. It's exciting, bro. It's exciting to see, and it's exciting to watch you grow. Each fight, every fighter actually that we've seen and had on, we've watched them grow just a little bit from every fight, and it's impressive. It's cool. And this last fight from you, it just felt like you put a lot of stuff together. Like, okay. All right, dude. This dude's putting it together for sure.
And I could see the pro by the end of the year. I could see that.
I could see it too. Yeah, for sure. That's no problem. Yeah, you got that. Are you gonna have to work hard?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes,
Harder, probably.
Harder.
Absolutely, for sure.
But is it gonna be worth your while to do? Yeah, for sure. You got it. You got.
To touch on that, it's all thanks to everybody at the gym, the guys that push me every day, the guys that talk to me on the side about things that we cope with, things that we, are contingent with, things that I'm going through, that they're going through. Wally's army behind me, screaming my name, chanting my name, screaming loud. Even if you don't know me, the views on Facebook, the likes, the shares, all of it, right? Like,
matters. It all matters.
all of that matters. It only fuels my fire. It only fuels my drive, my motivation. Like, I will always, first and foremost, sometimes before I win a fight, put on an entertainment for you guys, asses in seats, to make sure that when you leave, you say, I'm gonna watch that motherfucker next time. Like, I fuck with y'all, Wally's Army. You are it. You are everything that I'm with this for. My wife, my daughter, my mom, my sister, the women in my life. 100%. I won't lose a fight in front of those women. I will put on time and time again. I'll cut the weight. I'll put the work in. I'll let my teammates know that we're with this together. We're doing this.
That seems like the shout out.
Yeah.
Most of the time I get to tell people like, hey, we're going to give you a few minutes here to do the shout out. But
He's been here enough times.
he's been here enough times to do the shout out on his own. That was lit.
Yeah.
You had me fired up right there for a second, bro. I about got out of the seat.
Yeah,
Golly.
Yeah.
But so we're going to end this. Dude, thank you for coming on from the bottom of our heart. We always love to have you on. There's so many fighters that we love to have on, but we love to have you on every time. It's never been a failure.
Yeah.
I look forward to it every time.
I know.
Every time, man. I look forward to it.
You asked to come on this
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. Yeah.
So we appreciate it. I wish more fighters would ask to come on.
Yeah, no.
Hey, if you guys are amateur fighters and you're watching this, please ask to come on. Like,
Yeah,
the experience, just the hospitality, the exposure that you guys will get from this. Get on here.
Yes.
Come tell your
Come
story.
talk about it.
Come be your character. Come be who you want to be. Like, get yourself out there. Like, that's what puts asses in seats. Work hard and put the asses in seats, and these
Love
guys
it.
will do the rest.
I love it. I love it.
It's free too.
It's free.
It's free,
You
yeah.
come drink some
It don't
beer,
cost
hang out with
money.
some normal dudes.
Some dude at the dang thing, he's like, hey, man, how much it costs to get on there? I was like, bro, I didn't know I could charge, bro. What the fuck?
We can charge people for this.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Golly, bro.
And then I
We've been
started
doing it for free this whole time.
No, dude.
We're live on the normal dudes.
Hey, what is this?
Hey.
Motherfuckers chilling. It's on Facebook. What up, boy? Jesse. Yeah.
Brittany.
We're out here.
Normal
What
Dudes
up?
Podcast.
Check it
Sir.
out.
Check us out.
All right.
Wally.
Wally, 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 Wally. All right. At the end of
We love
every
y'all.
show,
Yep.
we tell everybody we love them. You don't
For
have
sure.
to, but we do. I love y'all.
Love y'all.
Hey, I love you guys. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, son.
Fuck yeah.